The Child Care and Protection Act. Part 3, Children in Care. Section 46, Interpretation for Part 3. Now this children in care would be state care. Let's read, continue reading. In this part, so these are interpretations. Lawful guardian means any person appointed according to law or by deed or will or the order of a court to be the guardian of a child or to have the custody and maintenance of a child. So that's the lawful guardian. So it could be the parent, could be step parent, could be adoptive parent, and so on. License means a license granted under this part. Licensed home means a children's home licensed under this part. So the children's home would be where these children are kept when they are in state care. Licensee means the holder of a license under this part. Section 47, license to operate children's home. Subsection 1. No person shall establish or maintain a children's home, hereinafter in this part referred to as a home, except under a valid license granted to him by the minister in respect of the home. So you have to be licensed to operate a children's home. Provided that nothing in this subsection shall apply to, alright, these don't apply to what now? A juvenile correctional center. B, any school other than a school required by the minister to be licensed. So it doesn't apply to a school generally, but a school might be required to be licensed. Alright, C, any house where 4 or more children are boarded and maintained by relatives of such children or by the wish or with the consent of the parents or the lawful guardians of such children. So if it's a house and some children live in it, you don't need to have it licensed, save in cases where the minister by notice in writing expressly requires any such house to be licensed. So I guess under certain conditions you would need a license to have some children live at a particular house. Alright. D, any home or orphanage maintained wholly by the government. So those will not need to be licensed. So a children's home operated by the government or an orphanage operated by the government would not need to be licensed. But if you're a private person and you want to operate one, you would have to be licensed. Alright. Subsection 2. Save with the prior written permission of the minister. You have to have permission to do this. So, save with the prior written permission of the minister. No person shall maintain a home, that's a children's home, at any address or location other than that provided for in the license granted in respect of the home. So the license, say the children's home is here, you can't then move the children and put somewhere else, right? You have to operate according to the license. So the license governs the location of the children's home. Subsection 3, a license shall be valid for a period of 3 years from the date of this issue and may renewed civilly. So it's 3 years at a time. Subsection 4, save with the prior written permission of the minister, no license shall be transferred into the name of any person other than the licensee. Right. So it's not like you can transfer the license to somebody else. Section 48, application for license. So you want to start operating a children's home. You have to apply for it, for the license. Every person who desires to establish and maintain a home, that's a children's home, shall make application to the minister in the prescribed form and manner for a license. Section 49, power of minister in respect of licenses. Subsection 1. The minister, in his discretion, may refuse to grant a license in respect of any home, or may refuse to permit the transfer of a license or renew a license. Alright? Subsection 2. The minister, in granting a license, may attach thereto such terms and conditions as he may, in any case, think fit. So you have certain conditions that you must meet to maintain the license so that they don't take it from you. Right, this is the license to operate a children's home. Subsection 3, where in connection with any licensed home, the minister is of opinion that there has been any contravention of any of the provisions of this act or of the terms and conditions of any license. So if you act against this act, or if you act against the term and condition of your license, the minister may cancel any license issued in respect of such home, or may suspend the license for such period as he thinks fit, and may apply to the court under section 57 for an order or an interim order for the removal of any child from the home. So if they revoke your license to operate a children's home, then that means the government will then remove the children from that children's home. Appeals, section 50. So this deals with appeals now. For example, I guess if your license is denied or revoked, they take away the license, you can appeal. Subsection 1. An appeal shall lie to a judge in chamber against a any refusal of the minister to grant, permit the transfer, or to renew a license. You can appeal against those. B. Any terms and conditions imposed on a license. Okay. So if the terms and conditions seem unreasonable or too harsh, then you could appeal. C. Any decision of the minister to suspend or cancel a license, you can appeal against that. You can also appeal any decision by the minister under section 47.1c requiring a school or house to be licensed. So if you operate a school, or if you use your house to house many children, government might step in and say you need a license. So you can appeal the requirement for a license. Subsection 2. Every appeal under this section shall be lodged within 14 days of the date on which the aggrieved party is notified of the refusal or the decision of or the terms and conditions imposed by the minister and the procedure on such appeal shall be in accordance with rules of the court made for such purpose. So once your license is revoked or they require your school or house to be licensed, you have 14 days to appeal. You must appeal within 14 days. If you appeal after 14 days, they're going to say too late, waited too long, because the Act says 14 days. Subsection 3. Where an appeal has been lodged under this section, the minister, pending determination of the appeal, may apply to a resident magistrate under section 57 for an interim order for the removal of any child from the home to which the appeal relates. Okay.